Rarad for yourblackworld.com. We're here today. We're going to be speaking with a beautiful sister on African spirituality. Sister's name is Rose Thorne. This sister's an initiate in one of the African spiritual orders. We're going to be getting into that as we speak. We're going to allow her to clarify what that is. But it's important to know that we as African people or black people had religions in Africa before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And there has been much discrepancies regarding what exactly African spirituality or what exactly is African religion. Unfortunately, many people have have said that before Christianity and Judaism and Islam came into Africa, that Africans had worshipped different idols. So we're going to ask the question today: did Africans worship the devil? Did Africans worship different gods? We're here to speak with this wonderful sister about this conception. So right now I'm going to put the camera on her, and we're going to get some clarity. Welcome. Sister Rose, how are you?
Hi, I'm good this afternoon. I'm great.
Okay, please tell us some of your thoughts on this subject. First of all, who you are, what you represent, and then we can get further into the discussion.
No problem. So my name is Rose Sobekneferu. I'm an ancestral Egungun priestess, and I started my practice years ago, and I trained in multiple systems. I trained in the Kemetic system, I trained in shamanism, I trained in Congo spirituality. Also trained as Egbe priestess as well. So I've been doing this for a long time because it's my passion. I'm an artist as well. I love art and I love spirituality. And there was a part of me that wanted to learn more about African spirituality and our origins and our connection to the cosmos and our connection on a deeper level to the universe and science. So I spent many years of my life studying this and researching this, having personal spiritual experiences when I was a child, that led me in this direction, in this path in my life.
Okay, so let's get right into it. What exactly is, quote, African spirituality?
African spirituality, from my experience, is a black person's way of finding themselves and coming back to themselves after slavery and after years and years of being detached from who we were because we're in someone else's country, eating someone else's food, learning someone else's language. I feel like black people are on a consistent journey to remembering who they were as spiritual beings first before human beings or enslaved beings, if you will. So I spent years, I went on my own personal journey trying to figure out who I am as a child, learning that my hair isn't beautiful, being taught that I had to have a perm or had to be a certain way, and going through the journey of breaking free from that to figure out who am I and why is this world and this country telling me that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough. So it started there, and then once I got into African spirituality, the truth of who I am and my importance in the universe unfolded like a book, like a story. So I'm really happy to be here and take this journey. It's just a journey of self. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of rediscovering who you are. Because what I've truly learned in spirituality is that black people are beings of great potential. We're infinite beings. We're eternal souls. We are bigger than just. The world doesn't treat us right. The world doesn't. The world has taught us negative things about ourselves, but it's actually the opposite. We are great, beautiful, amazing, creative beings. We do well in every facet of music, art, athleticism. Once we unlock the God and Goddess within, so that's the journey.
How do you feel when you hear people say that? I'm saying you hear other black people say this, that Africans worship the devil. What is your give us your thoughts on that.
Oh my gosh, there's quite a bit of ignorance in the African spirituality community, but that's by design by the enemy. And I'm not here to be racist to other races of people, but we have to understand that we're in someone else's world that was created, and they taught that African spirituality is evil, so black people cannot get access to getting out of the matrix, getting out of this construct that was created for us for self-hate, African spirituality can set you free and teach you that you are a divine being. You are a being that is a god and a goddess. So that's what that is, and all this devil stuff. Oh, it's the devil. If you're spiritual, if you're shamanic, yes, there are people that do practice evil things, but that doesn't sum the whole spirituality as an entire for everybody. Honestly, there's a lot of ignorance and miseducation about shamanism. That's why I do incarnation objective readings, because the incarnation objective readings will put some perspective as to what exactly a person should be doing or what systems or paths they should be walking, to get more clarity. But there are evil people out here, that is true, but that does not sum up the whole entire spirituality. I think that's just very ignorant to think that way. That's just taught by the enemy. The enemy does not want us to have access to our power, our divine power that we walk with in Kemet, in the Congo, in ancient Africa, in different lands. Their spirituality was key to accessing their true power of the planet, the connection to the cosmos, the connection to the nectar and nature.
Okay, now you had mentioned carnation readings. What exactly are those?
Incarnation objective readings are similar to roots readings. It's people usually in ancient traditions, like Native American traditions, African, when a child is born, they get a shaman or a priestess or a priest or a babalao to do a reading to see the child's path in the beginning, so that there's no issues in their life, so their life would go a little smoother. Like, for example, if a child likes to play with the doctor's tools, you do a reading, oh, this person's supposed to be a healer, or this child likes to do art and sing, oh, this person is supposed to have a path as a big artist or someone that design architecture. So those readings will give people perspective as to what they should be doing. And if sometimes people are lost, they say, I'm lost and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just doing what my parents told me I'm supposed to be doing. But sometimes your parents don't know, because we're taught in this country, in America, that, oh, you just gotta follow the system, go to college, do this way, and that's success, the American dream. But it really is about the spiritual path is first. So getting the reading will show you, yes, you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z, but your mission is this and this and this, so you are complete as a soul, as a being on your path. So the readings will help get people on that rightful path, so they have more perspective in their life and they're not lost in what the ancients called the Maya, the Matrix, the realms of illusion.
Okay, now I must ask you, now in African spirituality, I'm quite sure people who are listening to this, they may come from a Jewish, or I say Hebrew, Islamic or Christianic background. Are there any holy books in African spirituality?
I'm sorry, any
holy books
books
in African spiritual, or scriptures, ancient texts?
There's lots of interesting texts. There is Ifa, Odu Ifa texts. There are Egyptian Book of the Dead. There are ancient texts in Kemet. There are texts, the books of Fayum, during the period of Sebek, the worship of Sebek. So there are lots of different ancient texts. I study lots of the ancient texts with divination, because the ancient Africans did a lot of readings and divination and look at the patterns of nature to understand energy or understand the universe around them. So yeah, there's lots of books, and unfortunately, I want to just bring up a point. Our ancient history has been hidden by the enemy, or they've been digging in ancient Kemet, and they hide and they steal our stuff. And right now, I feel like there's more recovery of it, that it's being recovered, and people are bringing back the ancient knowledge, so we're not lost. A lot of people are lost because we so drastically need this knowledge, and knowledge is coming left and right. Like, there are Kemetic temples, there are mystery schools. I'm not going to say where they are, because that's not going to put people's business out there, because we're supposed to learn, because the enemy doesn't want us to learn. So the ancient knowledge is coming back. There's many black bookstores, especially in Newark, that are beautiful bookstores.
And that's in Newark, New Jersey.
Yes,
In
Newark, New Jersey.
Okay, because this sister is based in Newark, right? Am I right, Sister
Yes,
Rose? You're based.
yes.
I wasn't trying to put you on blast location-wise, but we'll just say Newark area.
Well, yeah, but that's okay because I do business in Newark, in the Oranges.
Okay, so as we conclude, Sister Rose, if someone were to be interested, if someone black were to be interested in African spirituality, where would they go? Where would be the first place that you would send them? I mean, are there any, you mentioned temples, so there are houses of worship that do deal with this, obviously. Where would they go?
Well, I would definitely recommend people, I'm a priestess, I'm an African priestess, I've been working as a priestess for many years. I would recommend people give me a call. I work with a team of priests who are Ifa priests, who are into African spiritual systems, Kemetic systems. I know a group of people who mean very well, and they have done great community service in the areas of Newark and the Oranges. So I would recommend people to give me a call or text me or send me a message on Facebook if they want more information about that.
And say your full name again for our audience.
Rose Thorn, Iya Ifaneri.
Okay. We're going to get ready to conclude. And, of course, when we get off camera, Sister Rose, I had something to ask you again.
Sure.
But, 1 second. Well, family, thank you very much for joining us. As always, we were just speaking with Sister Rose Thorn about African or black spirituality, the many misconceptions surrounding it that have existed for the past several centuries. If you'd like to follow me, I'm Dashawn Farad Media on Instagram and Dashawn Farad right here on Facebook. And, of course, make sure you subscribe to yourblackworld.com, which was founded by Dr. Boyce Watkins. It's always wonderful to speak with you all. I'll speak with you soon. Hotep, peace, Alafia, Black Power.
Have a good day.